Are you broke?
Like, if you're a broke boy, just say so.
Is your stash looking a little like this?
I thought this was going to be your year.
I couldn't even hold it together 1 week.
You've tried to make money, but keep dying to little old Timmy, or maybe the guy with a better gaming chair. Well, I have the perfect solution for you. I introduce to you Lighthouse, the map that quite literally prints money. I'm going to show you how you can consistently and safely make millions of rubles per raid. Let's waste no time and jump straight in. Alright, so there's like 3 locations on this map that I usually loot. One being the chalet, one being the top part of the map, and one being the water treatment plant itself. Usually where I loot depends on the time in the raid or where I spawn. So right now we kind of got not the best spawn. So if I spawn here, I usually just loot water treatment. So I'll show you that and then I'll show you the rest in a different raid. So if I spawn in this location, I usually just loot the water treatment plant. And I try to rush the gold spawns pretty much as soon as possible so no one else gets them. So this is a sunken village. There's not much loot here, but there is a tech spawn down here where you can get vertexes and other rare tech spawn. So usually I check this before I go into the water treatment plant. So there can be a vertex spawn in here or any tech spawn. I'm pretty sure they can be in any of these crates as well. And you can get some decent items in these, like good ammo and stuff. I'm pretty sure somebody is taking the rogues right now. So that's what you need to be a bit aware of. PMCs do come through here and they usually take the rogues around building 3. Often you'll find that the road camps are just empty and people have already cleared it by the time you get in. So a lot of times I'll come through here because it's a bit safer. If there is PMCs, a lot of the time they're in the middle of the road camp or they're taking the other buildings because this is usually the first one people take. But yeah, usually if I'm looking for loot, I just come through here. There's a vertex spawn in this box and another valuable loot spawn. You can come through here. I believe there's a loot spawn here. Here where this Tetris is. And also on this table. So you can get some valuable tech spawns there. If you come up here, there's another vertex spawn. Valuable spawn in this box. I believe that's all the spawns for building 3. It could be more, but I'm not sure. But if the rogues are taken, you can come up on this building and there's another vertex spawn. So if you come inside this tent, there's a vertex spawn in this box. I'm currently doing this on a Korean server just because there's a little less cheaters on Lighthouse, I find. And also, there's less players, so you get more loot. But usually I check this tech crate. There's a lot of tech crate boxes. You can loot everything you like, but usually I just loot the best stuff, but that's because I'm a bit picky. It's probably best just to loot everything. On here is a intelligence spawn, so definitely check that. Inside this tent is another technical crate spawn. And on this table you can find some good attachments. There's also this crate if you like to loot this. When I come along to the middle of the water treatment plant, I seem to find a lot of people don't know most of the valuable spawns inside of here. So you can get quite a bit of loot. So inside this box here is another valuable spawn. You have to look around a bit and wait for the white dot to come up, because sometimes it's hidden. But inside here, this is also a tank battery spawn right here if you need that for your quest. There's usually some decent attachments on here too. Some decent ammo. On this table, you can find some medical items and such. And there's also this technical crate. I think somebody's already came through here, so it's a bit unfortunate, but it's okay. There's lots of weapon crates here. There's another rare spawn inside of here. There's a weapon repair kit or armor repair kit spawn on this table. If the rogues are up, you might want to be a bit more aware, because sometimes they will shoot you. And there is ground rogues around here sometimes, so if they're not dead, you might have to kill them yourself, but if you're confident with that, there should be no problem. There's also a valuable spawn on this table, and right here. There's a valuable spawn in this box too. It's right here. And on this table I find really good attachments pretty often, like voodoos and that sort of thing. On these as well. There's also a valuable spawn, I believe it's on this table here. Another technical supply crate. This is where you can find like your car batteries and such that you need for the quests. If you come up here, there's a weapon crate in here. You come through here, there's a little hidden technical crate here that people usually miss. Somebody is popping off. As you can see, we've got some player scavs here, but there's still a lot of loot to get. Come through here, there's a medical box. And some duffels. A lot of times, people kill these rogues as well, and they won't loot them, so there'll be lots of loot on them. There's attachments and ammo in this crate. Last wipe, I actually found a red rebel in that crate. I'll definitely check that. If you come up here, if the rogue is not alive anymore, you can come in here, and there's a vertex spawn in this box. Some loose attachments around here too. Some weapon crates. Also, if you check this building, there's also a vertex spawn on top of this that I miss. The respawn is right here. You can find vertexes and such. You come back over to where we were before. This is building 1. Outside of building 1, there's 2 vertex spawns as well. Right in this box. And one inside this box. I find they're pretty common, but it just seems like everybody's already hit those spots. I often find them unlooted. If you come along here, I believe there's a spawn here. Rare spawn. There's also a spawn right here where this Bitcoin is. Very nice loot. So now we're heading over to the upper part of the map. And I'll try loot this before I leave. I'll show you guys the route that I take. So make sure you don't walk over this part because there is landmines along this. Instead, take this route. If you come through these gates and turn right, this is usually the route that I take. Sometimes there's some good ammo around this area. And if you come up here, there's a toolbox here. There's some loose attachment spawns here as well as a weapon box. And if you come down here, there is a hidden stash that can give you some good stuff. If you run along here, there's another weapon box. So now you come in here, this is the same container you have to go into for the, I believe it's drug trafficking quest. You come in here, there's quite a few spawns. I like to check like all of this. Sometimes there's stims and stuff on here. If you check in here and a white dot comes up, that's a valuable spawn there. I believe it can spawn here as well and inside the box. Sometimes there's stuff inside the fridge. This chair, inside of the book, look for a white dot. Sometimes stim spawn all along here. And a quick tip, I just like to run along these benches and see if there's a white dot come up. If a white dot comes up, there's probably a stim on there. You can find some good stims like mules and stuff, they go for a lot. There's also stimulant spawns on top of this table. There's an intel spawn here and stimulants. That's it for that area. Now we'll head on over to this warehouse where there's a lot of hideout items. Along these boxes is hideout items. I often find a lot of thermite on these boxes, which go for quite a bit. Make sure you check these logs too. Sometimes things appear here. On these chairs outside. I usually come along here. There's a toolbox. There's some loose loot around. So make sure you just check everywhere on these shelves. Check every surface. Sometimes thermite and stuff spawns on those little workbenches. Usually you can see it from here. Sometimes you might have to get closer. And all these nooks and crannies too, there's little spawns. All these hideout items, knowing which ones are the most expensive is very helpful. So check everywhere. Check all the toolboxes too. All along here, I always find thermite. And on these. Along here too. Then we head outside. Make sure you check on here. There's often thermite and other Good items. Yeah, there's a lot of ammo spawns. And also here too. There might spawns on these little pallets. And on these pallets. And I come over here and check this table. Sometimes there's some stuff on there. You grab the stuff all. Make sure you're constantly dropping stuff for the better items if you don't have enough room. I usually jump up here, and this is where I'll usually end the run. So if I have enough time, I'll do the entire map and I'll come up here. But a lot of the times you'll spawn in at like 20 minutes, not really enough to do the entire map. So usually I leave through this way. If you come over here, you go to industrial zone gates. And you stand just right here. From this run alone, we got all of these items, which is pretty good. It could be better, but this is good. And now I'll show you guys the other part of the loot run. Alright, so if you get a southern spawn, usually I'll come up to this area, which is called... This one is called Big Chalet, and the one down below is called Small Chalet. You just come up this road. There's a lot of vertex spawns in here, so it's perfect for getting your quest done. You can loot in there. There's a few bodies and stuff on that tennis court or whatever it is. And there's also some weapon boxes, so you can loot in there. But usually I just go straight for the gold spawns and all the valuable spawns. So if you come in here, there's actually a safe up here that you can loot. If you look around, there's some loose loot in here too. Look on these tables. And then we head into the Big Chalet. So usually I come through here. There's a duffel on this bed. So on this table, there's another valuable spawn right there. Where you can get bitcoins and other good items. On these chairs too. So make sure you check these. Usually I come in here. I believe there's a spawn inside this shirt. So make sure you check everywhere. When you come in here, there's another big spawn. Double check in here, you can get some good loot. You open up the back of this Jeep. Some more good loot. And also sometimes inside of here. You might have to look around a little bit, sometimes it's stuck. Yeah, right there. Now if you head upstairs, there's a lot of spawns here. So make sure you check everything. Make sure you check down here. And all on these tables and these chairs. On the pool table too. On this right there. Literally look like everywhere in this room. Right here. Now you come downstairs, there's some more weapon boxes. This is usually the area where I find most of my vertexes. If you come in here, on this table, it doesn't spawn often, but there is a rare spawn here. I found a Bitcoin there and other things. So come outside. If you turn right here, in this box, there's a vertex spawn. So make sure you check that. Sometimes a weapon crate spawns here. You can loot that if you like. If you come down here, on this body, sometimes it's on the legs, sometimes it's up here. There's a vertex spawn and like cough them and all that sort of stuff. There's a med spawn here. Sometimes there's stuff spawning on these chairs, like good ammo. You come up here. There's another valuable spawn on this box. You can come up here and check this car. There is a weapon crate in here. So that's it for Big Chalet, and now we're going to move on to the small chalet. There isn't too much loot at the small chalet, but there is some vertex spawns that you want to check. You just come down here, make sure you go down slowly, otherwise you might break your ankles. I usually come in here. There is a armor repair kit spawn, like right here, where this weapon repair kit is. But in my opinion, the armor repair kits aren't really worth it. They're only like 300k and they're pretty heavy. And the weapon repair kits definitely aren't worth it in my opinion. They take up a lot of room. I can take it for now, in case we don't find anything else, but usually I won't take those. I come through here. There's a weapon box here. Pretty much take anything you need or anything of value. There's also a medical bag right here that spawns. I come through here. In this box over here, there is a vertex spawn as well. Ooh. Yeah, in here. If you come behind here, there is a valuable spawn. I believe it can spawn on these shelves too, but I'm not too sure. But sometimes it spawns down here. I run through here. There's a weapon box you can loot. You come here. There's some good attachments here that spawn. Some loose loot. Sometimes there's a duffel in here. If you come this way, there's some medical supplies, medical box. There's a big weapon box here that I always loot these because you can get good stuff out of them. I've gotten a Red Rebel, as I said before, so I think they're definitely worth it. There's also one inside too, so make sure you check both of them. I think somebody's already ran through and got them. If you come outside, there's a rare spawn here. I've gotten lions and such. The last place to loot in this area is in here on these chairs, like right there. You can find valuables like vertexes as well, BPXs, vertexes, coftums, that sort of thing. I think every one of these chairs has a spawn plus the table. There's a weapon box here. And then what I usually do is I come around here and I just loot these two. This weapon box, and there is a dead scab as well that is worth looting in my opinion. you come down here, loot this guy, and then I run over here on top of this rock, and basically what I do from here, if I have enough time, I'll just run through here, run along the bridge, and I'll just do the route that I did before. So basically you just loot up here, loot water treatment, go up top, loot that area, and then you come back down and you go to industrial zone gates, or you can go to the grotto, which is located over there. But yeah, basically that's what I do to make millions and millions of rubles. So there it is. That's my ultimate guide to the loot house and how to become rich and escape from Tarkov. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned something new. If you try this run for yourself, make sure to let me know in the comments how it went and what sort of loot you found. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you drop a like, comment, and subscribe, and share it with one friend who's broken Tarkov, as it really does help a ton. Also, I go live on Twitch almost daily, so if you'd like to see some more live action, make sure to drop a follow on twitch.tv/notsleep